Good Saturday evening, meteorologist Nick Kelly here. We're still keeping an eye on the short-term potential for a couple more strong to severe thunderstorms in the far southeastern Ozarks, but the bigger severe threat is going to stay well to the east of the region, especially in parts of the Ohio River Valley, down into the Tennessee Valley, where some storms are trying to pick up a bit around Birmingham and central and northern parts of Alabama. The overall setup has a cold front knocking on the door from the north and west. That will be coming through the region as we head into tonight and through the day tomorrow to wrap up the weekend. And in the upper levels, we do have an upper level wave aiding in our rain chances as we continue over the course of the evening and maybe a few parts of the overnight hours. But we are going to see an interesting setup in the upper levels take hold as we go through our first week of July, which hard to believe we're already at that point in the year already. As far as the severe threat goes for the rest of the night, technically a level 2 risk for some severe weather in the far eastern parts of the Ozarks, mainly along and east of Highway 63. Again, I think once we get past 7 or 8 o'clock, the worst of the severe threat is going to be mainly east of the region, but we'll still keep an eye on some additional storms that will develop ahead of an approaching cold front coming in from the northwest a little later this evening. In fact, you can see how the storms in the southeastern parts of the Ozarks will be running their course and clearing out by about 8 or 9 o'clock this evening. Then as the cold front approaches from the northwest, the northwestern parts of the Ozarks could get on some scattered showers and even some thunderstorms, but I'm not expecting this activity to be severe. This activity is going to wind down temporarily as we head towards Sunday morning around sunrise, so we should be dry to start the day out once you wake up. Then, in the afternoon, the front will be in northern Arkansas, so that's going to allow for maybe a few isolated storms for that part of the Ozarks, while the Missouri Ozarks should stay mostly sunny and dry, but then everyone is dry going into Sunday evening and looking pretty good for Monday. We'll keep things dry, and we'll say partly to mostly sunny skies for the first Monday of July. As far as temperatures for tonight, we'll drop to 66 in Springfield, 68 in Harrison. We'll see that front begin to exert its influence on us, if you will, with that southwest breeze turning westerly across the Missouri Ozarks. It'll still be a milder, if not warm, southwest breeze in Arkansas tonight. Then we'll see highs near 88 tomorrow in Missouri, 89 in northern Arkansas, with again maybe a few isolated storms at the very least for parts of northern Arkansas along and south of Highway 412. As far as hour-by-hour temperatures go, we will all be in the middle to upper 60s to start your Sunday morning out, and then warming up fast, but staying out of the heat for pretty much everybody. Lower to middle 80s by the noon hour, and then pushing highs into the upper 80s. Can't rule out a spot or two near 90, but temperatures near normal for our Sunday to wrap up the weekend. Then after 70s, return by about 10, 11 o'clock Sunday night. We'll drop back into the mid-60s Monday morning, and then turn briefly hotter once again with highs back in the lower 90s as we head into Monday afternoon. But look at the upper level setup to take us through the rest of the week. We are going to see the upper level highs bring in some of that summer heat back in, keeping us mainly in the lower 90s for Monday and even on the 4th of July. But we'll also have to watch for some scattered thunderstorm chances for parts of the Ozarks Tuesday afternoon and early Tuesday evening, but I'm optimistic though we can keep the fireworks displays dry by the time they get going about 8, 9, or 10 o'clock. Then we'll watch for some additional rain chances Wednesday all the way through the rest of the week, but these rain chances starting Wednesday will allow temperatures to cool down nicely, something we don't say a lot during the month of July. As far as the potential rain amounts go, we will see rain amounts between the 4th of July and next Saturday between, let's say, 1/4 of an inch to 1 1/4 inches, with afternoon highs in the lower 90s Tuesday and Wednesday. Then we're going to see highs back in the lower to middle 80s Thursday and Friday. So that's going to be a nice treat temperature-wise. But again, let's check on the 4th of July. Once again, we will see highs around 91 by about 4 or 5 o'clock, upper 80s by 7 o'clock, and then dropping back into the lower 80s by 9, with again, any rain chances should be dwindling down. Now, as far as the extended forecast goes, we're going to keep highs in the upper 80s again tomorrow, lower 90s Monday through Wednesday, and then back in the mid 80s for the most part Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of next week. We're dry overall tomorrow and Monday. Rain chances will pick up Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and next Saturday.